Hello students, subscribe the Fundamental Pharmacy and press the bell icon for more videos.
Hello students, join our online course for GPAT Niper Drug Inspector to get assured amazing rank.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to the Fundamental Pharmacy. If you are preparing for GPAT Niper Drug Inspector Government Pharmacist, then this video is going to be very important, knowledge oriented and useful for you. So it's my request to you, please watch this video until end. My dear students, in this video we are going to see classification number 11, that is nothing but the drugs used in the Parkinsonism. Believe me, this classification is very important for your GPAT Niper DI Pharmacist exam. Again, I would like to request you, please watch this video until end. We have already seen 10 classifications. If anybody has not gone through those videos, please go and watch all these videos from our channel's playlist. You should know what do you mean by Parkinsonism. So what is Parkinsonism? It is nothing but the neurological disorder where there is a degeneration of dopaminergic neuron, destruction of dopaminergic neuron in the substantia nigra part of your brain. So what is dopamine? Dopamine is nothing but a kind of neurotransmitter. So it belongs to catecholamine category. There you will have dopamine, noradrenaline and adrenaline. These are the catecholamines. So you might have studied biosynthesis, storage and release of these catecholamines. What is the bioprecursor amino acid for synthesis of catecholamine? So remember, bioprecursor amino acid is nothing but the phenylalanine or tyrosine. Both are nothing but the essential amino acids. Phenylalanine, tyrosine, both are the bioprecursor for the synthesis of catecholamines. Okay. Dopamine also serve precursor for noradrenaline as well as itself act as a neurotransmitter, and it is an inhibitory neurotransmitter in the noradrenergic pathways. Remember. Now this dopamine containing neuron or dopaminergic neurons, they are present in the brain at a different level or different locations. So we'll see the location of dopaminergic neurons, their role in that area. Now first, dopaminergic neurons or dopamine containing neurons are also located in the substantia nigra or nigrostriatal tract of your brain. So where there is a release of dopamine, and that dopamine inhibits the GABAergic neuron. That means release of dopamine in the substantia nigra inhibits the GABAergic neuron, GABA containing neurons. So in the Parkinson disease, what happens? The loss of dopaminergic neuron in this tract leads to excessive acetylcholine activity. Means there is imbalance between dopamine and acetylcholine. The dopaminergic neurons are less or dopamine level is less, then acetylcholine will predominate, and this causes the extrapyramidal symptoms. This causes the extrapyramidal dysfunction. That is nothing but the Parkinsonism. Now dopamine receptor agonists, they cause pseudo-Parkinsonism, which is reversible. So if there is a deficiency of dopamine in this area, and if you use dopamine receptor agonist, so it causes pseudo-Parkinsonism, and that is reversible. Now dopamine antagonist in this area may cause dyskinesia. So remember, dopamine deficiency in the substantia nigra or nigrostriatal tract leads to Parkinsonism. तो यहाँ पे अगर डोपामाइन का डिफिशियंसी होगा तो पार्किंसनिज्म हो जाएगा. Now dopaminergic neurons are also present in the mesolimbic system or mesocortical tract. It has a function of regulation of effect, then reinforcement and psychomotor function as well as sensory perception. डोपामाइन का मेसोलिम्बिक सिस्टम और मेसोकॉर्टिकल ट्रैक्ट में क्या रोल है कि साइकोमोटर फंक्शंस रेगुलेट करना, थॉट्स रेगुलेट करना, थॉट्स, साइकोमोटर, परसेप्शन functions. In this area, if dopamine is there, so if there is an increase in the level of dopamine in this area, so that leads to psychotic disorders. So drugs, those increasing the dopamine function in this area causes psychomotor activity, will cause increase in the psychomotor activity and reinforcement. High doses of this dopamine agonist in this area may cause psychosis. Now dopamine antagonist, they will decrease the psychomotor function, they will decrease the psychosis in this area. So remember, substantia nigra part is related with your Parkinsonism. If deficiency of dopamine is there in this area, Parkinsonism will be there. Now if there is an excess of dopamine in this area, excess of dopamine in mesolimbic system or mesocortical tract leads to psychosis. यहाँ पे आपको psychosis हो जाएगा, mania, depression, psychosis, etc. So psychotic disorders is related with the mesolimbic system and increase the concentration of dopamine in mesolimbic system that leads to schizophrenia, mania and psychotic disorders. Okay, now dopaminergic neurons are also present in the hypothalamus or tuberoinfundibular section of your brain. Now in this, release of dopamine in this area will cause decrease in the prolactin level from the anterior pituitary. सो अगर यहाँ पे हाइपोथैलेमस में डोपामाइन जब रिलीज होता है तो वो क्या करता है, प्रोलैक्टिन लेवल, प्रोलैक्टिन जो हार्मोन है एंटीरियर पिट्यूटरी का, उसको डिक्रीज कर देगा. डोपामाइन एगोनिस्ट इन दिस एरिया, फॉर एग्जांपल परगोलाइड इज अ डोपामाइन एगोनिस्ट, सो इट इज यूज्ड इन द हाइपरप्रोलैक्टिनेमिया. हाइपरप्रोलैक्टिनेमिया मतलब क्या कि प्रोलैक्टिन का लेवल बढ़ गया बॉडी में तो उसको बोलेंगे हाइपरप्रोलैक्टिनेमिया. सो डोपामाइन एगोनिस्ट इन द हाइपोथैलेमस डिक्रीज द प्रोलैक्टिन लेवल. नाउ डोपामाइन एंटागोनिस्ट कैन cause endocrine dysfunction like gynecomastia and amenorrhea and galactorrhea. So dopamine containing neurons or dopaminergic neurons are also present in the chemoreceptor trigger zone. So that is known as CTZ. So activation of dopamine receptor in this area causes emesis. Emesis means vomiting. Now dopamine antagonist, for example apomorphine, it is a emetic in nature. Dopamine agonist अगर use करेंगे that is a emetic in nature. And dopamine antagonist अगर यूज करेंगे that is anti emetic. So apomorphine is a dopamine agonist and it causes emesis or vomiting. Dopamine antagonists are anti emetics. So you should remember these are the four major portion of your brain and there is a dopamine containing neurons. Now if dopamine level is decreased in substantia nigra related with the Parkinsonism, if dopamine level is increased in this mesolimbic system or mesocortical area, so there is a psychosis. If dopamine level is increased in the hypothalamus, there is a decrease in the prolactin level. Dopamine in this hypothalamus is related with the decrease in the prolactin in the prolactin secretion. Chemoreceptor trigger zone. So increased dopamine will increase the emesis, decreased dopamine will decrease the emesis, like that. Now you can see over here the symptoms of Parkinsonism, a typical appearance of Parkinson disease. So यहाँ पे पेशेंट जो है पार्किंसन का कैसे दिखेगा. सो पेशेंट का जो पोस्चर है दैट विल बी अ स्टॉप्ड पोस्चर. तो उसका जो पोस्चर है वो थोड़ा सा आगे की तरफ झुका हुआ, उसको बोलते हैं स्टॉप्ड पोस्चर. उसका जो मसल्स है, मसल्स में रिजिडिटी होगा. सो रिजिडिटी मीन्स व्हाट, लॉस ऑफ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. जो मसल फ्लेक्सिबल होना चाहिए तो वो फ्लेक्सिबल नहीं होता, वो अकड़ जाता है. तो रिजिडिटी इन द मसल्स. फ्लेक्स्ड एल्बो एंड रिस्ट, जो देखो यहाँ पे फ्लेक्स मतलब क्या, टेढ़ा है, ठीक है. फ्लेक्शन एंड एक्सटेंशन, अंदर की तरफ अगर मुड़ा है आपका एल्बो तो उसको बोलेंगे फ्लेक्स. सो फ्लेक्स एल्बो एंड रिस्ट, इट इज नथिंग बट द सिम्टम्स अगेन. ट्रिम्बलिंग ऑफ एक्सट्रीमिटीज, जो पैर वगैरह होते हैं वो बहुत ही ज्यादा शेक करते हैं, वो बहुत ही ज्यादा, उसमें बहुत ही ज्यादा कंपन होता है. सो ट्रिम्बलिंग ऑफ एक्सट्रीमिटीज. Masked facial expression, so it is very very important if any actor is there. So आपने एक मूवी देखा होगा, एक मूवी आता है बॉलीवुड में जिसका नाम है राजा. संजय कपूर उसमें एज अ एक्टर है, माधुरी दीक्षित एज अ एक्ट्रेस है और उसमें परेश रावल का रोल है एक्टर के भाई का. सो उसमें वो परेश रावल को एज अ पार्किंसन पेशेंट दिखाया गया है. सो इज नॉट एबल टू डू फेशियल एक्सप्रेशंस. So masked facial expression. Forward tilt of trunk, आपका शरीर थोड़ा सा आगे झुका होगा. Reduced arm swinging, तो उसका हाथ पूरा नहीं घूम सकता, ठीक है. Reduced arm swinging. Slightly flexed hip and knees, तो उसका knees and hip जो है वो टेढ़ा मुड़ा हुआ रहेगा. Shuffling and short step gait, मतलब वो धीरे धीरे और आहिस्ते आहिस्ते छोटे छोटे कदम रख के चलेगा. So these are the symptoms of Parkinsonism. Now what is Parkinsonism? It was first described by one scientist known as James Parkinson in 1817. What is it? Symptoms of Parkinsonism is nothing but the akinesia. Akinesia means loss of movement, loss of muscular movement, muscular rigidity. मसल आपका स्टिफ हो जाएगा, ठीक है. पोस्चरल इंस्टेबिलिटी, आप ठीक से खड़े नहीं हो पाएंगे. लॉस ऑफ एसोसिएटेड मूवमेंट्स एंड इमेजेस. एसोसिएटेड मूवमेंट्स मीन्स व्हाट? So when involuntary movements, voluntary movements which are dependent on involuntary movements, that is nothing but the associated movements and images. It also leads to excessive salivation, then excessive sebum secretion, that is known as seborrhea. Excessive salivation is known as a siluria, seborrhea. More changes, liver damage, they are the other symptoms of Parkinsonism. Now pathophysiology क्या होता है, इसमें होता क्यों है? So there is a degeneration and or destruction of dopamine containing neurons or dopaminergic neurons. So whatever destructed neurons are there, so they can be easily identified by Levy bodies. तो इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है कि लेवी बॉडी यहाँ पे डिजनरेशन होने के बाद में जो बचा कुचा डेब्रीज होता है, दैट विल get deposited in the neurons and the debris is known as a Levy body. So what is Parkinsonism? Degeneration and destruction of dopaminergic neuron in the substantia nigra part. So यहाँ पे इसके ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुके हैं, Levy bodies के ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुके हैं and उसके symptoms के ऊपर भी क्वेश्चन आ चुके हैं. Now we'll see the next part. So dopamine deficiency in the nigrostriatal tract, or that is a substantia nigra part. So dopamine deficiency in the substantia nigra part leads to cholinergic predominance, means there will be increased activity of cholinergic state like excessive secretion and all that. So increased activity of GABAergic neuron also. So dopamine deficiency leads to increased cholinergic predominance and GABAergic activity. Now what should be the aims of therapy in the Parkinsonism? So what should be aims? So first aim should be relief of rigidity of your muscle. So relief of rigidity, tremors, akinesia. Now these things can be done by using levodopa, which is a drug used in the Parkinsonism. Levodopa and physiotherapy. Correction of mood changes. So you can correct the whatever mood is changed. जैसे होता है पेशेंट अगर है पार्किंसन का, उसको डिप्रेशन आ जाता है, ठीक है, उसको डिप्रेशन आ जाता है, वो एंजाइटी आता है, एंटी डिप्रेशंस दे कैन बी यूज्ड. Correction of other symptoms like salivation, seborrhea, complication like sweating crisis. So this can be done by using anticholinergic drugs. Fourth strategy will be treatment of cause. So if Parkinsonism is because of the some accident or some due to some tumors, so in that condition you have to use surgical management. So अगर ट्यूमर है तो उसको वहां से निकाल दो, अगर कोई ब्लड क्लॉट है तो उसको निकाल दो, and physiotherapy. So these are the aims for the therapy of Parkinson. Now we'll see the classification of anti-Parkinson drug. There is one drug used in the Parkinsonism known as a levodopa. Levodopa is a prodrug, and in the body it is converted into dopamine. Levodopa can cross the blood-brain barrier, and if you use dopamine as it is, so dopamine cannot cross blood-brain barrier. So that's why levodopa is useful. लिवोडोपा जो होता है वो ड्रग ब्लड ब्रेन बैरियर को क्रॉस करता है और बाद में उसका डोपामाइन बन जाता है, ठीक है. सो डोपामाइन बनने के बाद में वो डोपामाइन अपने अपने रिसेप्टर के ऊपर एक्ट होता है और डोपामाइन का जो भी डिफिशिएंसी हुआ है पार्किंसनिज्म में वो फुलफिल होता है. लिवोडोपा एंड कार्बिडोपा, these are the two drugs. So this levodopa and this carbidopa, they are combined together. Why? There is one reason. So when you will give levodopa alone, अगर आपने सिर्फ लेवोडोपा दे दिया तो ब्लड में क्या होगा, उसका मेटाबॉलिज्म होता है. सो लेवोडोपा विल बी मेटाबॉलाइज्ड इनटू डोपामाइन, ओके, बाय डोपा डीकार्बोक्सिलेज. ये एंजाइम है डोपा डीकार्बोक्सिलेज. नाउ दिस कार्बिडोपा इनहिबिट दिस एंजाइम एंड प्रिवेंट द मेटाबॉलिज्म ऑफ लेवोडोपा टू डोपामाइन, ओके. नाउ अगर डोपामाइन लेवल अगर ब्लड में पेरिफेरी में बढ़ गया तो दैट विल कॉज पोस्चरल हाइपोटेंशन, arrhythmia and vomiting. Postural hypotension, arrhythmia and vomiting. Levodopa is also metabolized by this COMT enzyme, catecholamine orthomethyl transferase enzyme. Levodopa is also metabolized by COMT, catecholamine orthomethyl transferase enzyme. This metabolizes levodopa into this metabolite, mandelic acid. Drugs entacapone and tolcapone. Entacapone and tolcapone, these are the drugs which are known as a COMT inhibitors. So remember, levodopa, carbidopa, they are combined together because carbidopa is a dopa decarboxylase inhibitor. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. Carbidopa is a peripheral dopa decarboxylase inhibitor. Clear? Now levodopa can cross the blood-brain barrier. Okay, when it will cross the blood-brain barrier, it is converted to dopamine in the brain. Now dopamine will act on a receptor, and symptoms of Parkinsonism will be relieved. Okay, that is a treatment. In the neurons also, this dopamine is metabolized by two enzymes that is known as a COMT, catecholamine orthomethyl transferase, and MAO, that is a monoamino oxidase, MAO-B particularly. So this COMT is inhibited by phones, tolcapone and entacapone. This MAO-B is inhibited by selegiline and resagiline. Selegiline, resagiline, they are known as a MAO-B inhibitor. So they will prevent the metabolism of dopamine, and that's why they will increase the level of dopamine at a neuronal ending. Now this dopamine will act on a receptor and will prevent the Parkinson symptom. Now you can also use agonist of this dopamine receptor. So dopamine receptor agonist example is nothing but the pramipexole, ropinirole, bromocriptine and pergolide. So याद रखो pramipexole, pramipexole, ropinirole, bromocriptine and pergolide. These are known as a dopamine receptor agonist. Now again we'll see the classification. Anti-Parkinson drugs. So drugs used in the Parkinsonism, they are divided into two type. तो जो एंटी पार्किंसन ड्रग है वो दो टाइप में डिवाइड किए हैं. सो दोज ड्रग विच अफेक्ट द डोपामिनर्जिक सिस्टम और डोपामिनर्जिक सिस्टम इन द ब्रेन. तो जो डोपामाइन को अफेक्ट करने वाले ड्रग कौन से, मतलब ये अल्टीमेट एम क्या होना चाहिए कि आपका पार्किंसनिज्म में वहां पे मालूम है आपको डोपामाइन का डिफिशिएंसी, तो डोपामाइन को बढ़ाना पड़ेगा या फिर उसका एक्टिविटी बढ़ाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, आप कैसे बढ़ा सकते हो, एक तो डोपामाइन का प्रीकर्सर दे दो, नहीं तो क्या करो डोपामाइन का मेटाबॉलिज्म होने मत दो. ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर क्या करो डोपामाइन के रिसेप्टर के एगोनिस्ट ड्रग यूज करो. दीज आर द डिफरेंट टारगेट्स. सो ड्रग्स अफेक्टिंग द ब्रेन डोपामिनर्जिक सिस्टम एंड ड्रग अफेक्टिंग द कोलिनर्जिक सिस्टम. डोपामाइन का डिफिशिएंसी अगर है तो वहां पे कोलिनर्जिक सिस्टम का डोमिनेंस हो जाएगा, तो एंटी कोलिनर्जिक ड्रग्स आर आल्सो यूज्ड. So anti-Parkinson drugs are divided into two categories: drug affecting the dopaminergic system. So in that you have first dopamine precursor. तो levodopa example is levodopa. Levodopa क्या है कि dopamine का pro drug है. After metabolism in the body, levodopa is converted to dopamine and it acts as a precursor for dopamine. Now second class in this peripheral dopa decarboxylase inhibitor. So peripheral decarboxylase inhibitor. तो ये डोपामाइन का पेरिफेरली मेटाबॉलिज्म नहीं होने देगा लेवोडोपा. सो कार्बिडोपा इज देयर एंड बेंसेराज़ाइड इज देयर. कार्बिडोपा एंड बेंसेराज़ाइड. ओके, सो रिमेंबर. नाउ थर्ड कैटेगरी डोपामाइन रिसेप्टर एगोनिस्ट. सो ब्रोमोक्रिप्टिन, ropinirole and pramipexole, and one more drug is there known as a pergolide. So these are the dopamine receptor agonist. क्वेश्चन आ चुका है इसके ऊपर. ब्रोमोक्रिप्टिन इट इज अ डोपामाइन रिसेप्टर एगोनिस्ट. ठीक है, कार्बिडोपा के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है, वो लास्ट स्लाइड में बोला है. रिमेंबर ब्रोमोक्रिप्टिन इज अ डोपामाइन रिसेप्टर एगोनिस्ट. इन दैट फोर्थ कैटेगरी इज नथिंग बट द माओ बी इनहिबिटर. तो माओ बी इनहिबिटर कौन है? सो रेसाजेलिन एंड सेलेजेलिन. So remember gelins are nothing but the MAO-B inhibitor. Question इसके ऊपर भी आ चुका है. So they will prevent the metabolism of dopamine in the brain. Now next one is the COMT inhibitors. Catecholamine orthomethyl transferase inhibitor. So entacapone and tolcapone, entacapone. So these are the COMT inhibitor. Question इसके ऊपर भी आ चुका है. Okay? Now last category in this, so nothing but the dopamine facilitator. Dopamine facilitator is nothing but the amantadine. So amantadine, rimantadine, they are nothing but the antiviral drugs which increases the dopamine level in the body. So they are also used as a anti-Parkinson drug. So amantadine and rimantadine. So basically they are nothing but the glutamate NMDA receptor agonist. So now let's move to the anticholinergic drugs. So drug affecting the brain cholinergic system. So mostly anticholinergic drugs. So in that central anticholinergics. So in that example is triazepenidil. Triazepenidil ये central anticholinergic है. Procyclidine है, biperidine है. Antihistaminic जो है, so orphanadrine and promethazine. So ये antihistaminics है. So central cholinergic drug याद रखो triazepenidil. इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आ चुका है. Anti-Parkinson drug. Again we will see the classification again. So drugs effective in the Parkinsonism. So those which increases the dopamine activity and those who increases the dopamine activity. So by replacing the dopamine. Example is levodopa. Means levodopa is a precursor for dopamine. Now again in that second by act as a dopamine agonist. Dopamine agonist कौन है? So in that also they are divided into two parts. Ergot alkaloid derivative, that is a bromocriptine, and non-ergot derivatives is nothing but the pramipexole and pergolide. Third category by inhibiting the dopamine metabolism, that is a breakdown. That is the MAO-B inhibitor, selegiline, resagiline, Compton inhibitor, tolcapone, entacapone. Now last, by influencing the synthesis, release or uptake of dopamine. So amantadine is nothing but a dopamine releaser, dopamine related. Amantadine, rimantadine, anticholinergic drug or antimuscarinic. So benztropine, procyclidine, triazepinidine. You can order this magic bullet for GPAT, NIPER, DI, pharmacist exam. Read 2-3 times before exam and qualify 100% with very good rank. You can see we have very much promising result from past few years. Thousands of students they are.
Hello students, order the magic bullet for GPAT NIPER Drug Inspector. Read twice and qualify 100%